What's up everybody, Curtis Thousand here. Welcome back to another video. And today we've my review of AEW Revolution 2022. And what a fantastic show this was AEW once again delivering on a big pay-per-view event. A lot of great matches, a lot of surprises. So let's not waste any time because this will be a bit of a long one. Let's get straight into it. Kicking things off with the buy-in, of course, as always. And kicking off the buy-in, Layla Hirsch defeated Chris Statlander in what was a very good, enjoyable opening match. Got the crowd going. Both women looked good. Both women put on a good matchup. Layla Hirsch eventually getting the win. She got a spare turnbuckle that was under the ring. Referee got distracted. Statlander kind of leaned over the ropes to pick up Hirsch. Hirsch hits her with it. Gets in, does her kind of the corner like springboard jumping from one rope to the other moonsault, gets the 3 count and the win over Chris Statlander, and that makes her the #1 ranked woman in the women's division. And we'll get back onto why that's a bit important later on, if I remember to get back to it. Then Tony Schiavone's in the ring. He's like, oh, we have a special guest. Kenny Omega's music starts to play. Everyone's like, oh, is Kenny back? And no, it's only Don Callis, and he basically comes out saying it's going to be a good night for the Elite, the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole will continue to carry the flag in the absence of the Cleaner, and they'll leave with the gold tonight. Then continuing on, Hook beats QT Marshall with Red Rum. It was a very nice transition into Red Rum. QT goes to the corner, goes to spring back over. Of course, Hook doesn't duck under. Instead, comes up from behind, locks in Red Rum, and makes QT Marshall submit. And of course, Hook gets the win because it's Hook and he's fucking awesome. Big fan of Hook. He's a star in the making. And AEW have done a great job with him so far. And I'm excited to see what the future does hold for Hook. And then the main event of the buy-in, the House of Blacks, Brody King, Malachi Black, and of course the recently debuting Buddy Matthews, defeated the team of Pentagon, Pac, and Eric Redbeard, of course, who recently made his debut on Rampage. Very fun trios match, a lot of good action, of course. Pentagon, Malachi Black, Pac, Brody King, Buddy, and even Eric, all good talent. Very impressed with Eric Redbeard in this one. You know, the names I mentioned, you know, the likes of Pac, the likes of Brody King, the likes of Malachi Black, Pentagon. You know, he was, Eric held his own. It's probably one of the best performances I've seen him. Of course, the former Eric Rowan in WWE. He held his own this match and he did kind of stand out a bit to me. So yeah, very interested to see what the future does hold for him in AEW. I feel like this feud between the Death Triangle and, well, now Eric, I don't know if he's officially part of Death Triangle, but now this feud, I'm interested to see where things go for both sets of teams. Of course, we still have Phoenix to come back into the mix for Death Triangle. So yeah, very interested to see where this stuff goes and potential more good matchups here. And yeah, the main show kicks off with Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho. Very, very good matchup here as well. The crowd, mainly for majority match, were behind Eddie Kingston. They wanted Kingston to finally get the big win in the big one, and he did get the win in a very good opener. Finisher comes when Eddie Kingston, he counters the Judas effect into the spinning back fist, the Hurricane. He hits him with another one, locks in the stretch plum, and forces Chris Jericho to submit. And not only does he get the victory over Chris Jericho, he makes Chris Jericho submit, and Eddie Kingston finally getting a win in the big one when it matters, with a big win over Chris Jericho. And I really like this match. It was a very hard hitting match, very stiff match, a lot of like stiff chops. Both men were like lighting each other up. And then Eddie offers his hand to Jericho because, of course, Jericho said if Eddie Kingston can't beat Chris Jericho, he would shake his hand. But Chris doesn't keep his word. He doesn't shake the hand of Eddie. So again, more to come from that, because of course Jericho kind of showing a sign of disrespect, even though he said, if you beat me, I'll shake your hand, I'll admit you're the better man. He didn't do that, so of course we can expect to see more coming between Kingston and Jericho. Jurassic Express then retain their tag team titles in a very fun three-way tag team match. Of course, three very good teams, a lot of fast, high-paced action as you'd expect from Red Dragon, Young Bucks and Jurassic Express all in the ring with each other. A lot of action, and of course Jurassic Express end up getting the victory. Of course, kind of like I predicted, kind of the Young Bucks and Red Dragon, kind of like, oh, we have a deal, we'll work together, but both teams kind of egos kind of getting in the way, and both teams kind of then trying to like, their like tensions going head to head. Jurassic Express able then to like use that to their advantage kind of and pick up the win with pinning Matt Jackson for the victory. So you could argue Red Dragon could come out and saying, well, we never lost, we still deserve a one-on-one title shot. And you know, so very interested to see again what's next for the AEW Tag Team Champions, the Jurassic Express, and kind of where this Red Dragon Young Bucks stuff continues to go. Then the Face of the Revolution ladder match. This was awesome match. There's like so much insane 6 spots that I can't mention them all. I really recommend going and watching this. Well, I recommend going and watching this whole card. You know, as I mentioned, even in the binder, there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of great stuff, and this was one of them. Very big fan of this matchup. You know, Wardlow, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, you know, the three big men. The match was kind of built around them wanting to square off with each other, trying to square off, but every time, you know, Orange Cassidy would get in the way, Ricky Starks would get in the way, Christian Cage would get in the way, and they done a good job of like kind of doing that. Orange Cassidy had some good moments, and yeah, very, very fun ladder match. I really did enjoy this one. Wardlow eventually gets the win, and before, like, I just want to talk about the like closing spot there. I like Ricky Starks got dropped with a powerbomb on the ladder, and it looked bad. I hope Ricky is okay. I also hope Orange Cassidy is okay. There's a spot where Keith Lee like threw him out of the ring. Starks and Cage were on the floor to try and catch him, but like just the power of Keith Lee just ended up like throwing him over their heads nearly. They weren't able to catch him as clean, and I feel like Orange kind of wasn't really involved in the match after that, so hopefully Orange Cassidy's alright. There's also a spot in the match where Danhausen got involved. Yeah, and like he's kind of been doing stuff with Orange Cassidy, so I feel like that spot was kind of, Orange Cassidy was going to have something to do in that, but of course wasn't unable to. But yeah, Wardlow gets the win. Very, very, very big fan of this match. Big fan of Wardlow as well. Excited to see him challenge for the TNT Championship, and excited to see what the future holds for Wardlow, because this ain't the last we see of Wardlow tonight. But yeah, Wardlow will face the winner Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky. That match will be taking place this week on Dynamite. So, then the winner, I believe, the week after challenges Wardlow. So yeah, very interested to see what happens there. I would like to see Wardlow get the belt. I am a big fan of Wardlow. And yeah, so Wardlow getting the win in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Then again, Tony Schiavone announces the newest signing to AEW, and that is Shane Strickland. Swerve is in AEW. Swerve is All Elite, and All Elite Wrestling is now Swerve's house. I'm a big Shane Strickland fan. I've been a big fan of him for a long time now. He used to kind of be a bit of a regular in OTT. Of course, being Irish, that is my local main promotion. So I did get to see and meet Shane a lot of times. I'm actually going to get to see Strickland at the weekend, this Sunday coming, at Scrapper Mania. So very excited to see Shane Strickland again, especially now with the news of him going to AEW. I think Strickland is going to kill it in AEW. A lot of big potential matchups we can see from him. You know, Strickland versus Pentagon, Strickland versus Phoenix, you know, going back to his days as Killshot and Lucha Underground. You know, you have Orange Cassidy there, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Kenny Omega when he's back, Keith Lee's there now, Danielson, Moxley. Like, there's a lot of good stuff you can do with Shane Strickland. I'm a big Shane Strickland fan, and I'm excited to see more of Swerve in AEW and to see kind of what the plans are for him. Jade Cargill then retains the TBS title over Tanara Conti. Nothing really special in this match. It was a solid matchup, but it wasn't bad or anything. But not really much to say about it. But yeah, good victory for Jade Cargill to retain her title. Big fan of Jade Cargill. I feel like she's still a bit raw in ring a bit. Like, she hasn't been wrestling for that long, so that will still come to her. But she's got everything else. She's got the presence. She's got the look. She just has that star factor about her. So I think keeping the TBS title on her for now is the right move. Then the match I was looking forward to the most, and it did not disappoint. CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match. And I was marking out before the match even started, because CM Punk comes out to his Ring of Honor team, Misera Canter, I probably butchered that name, I can never pronounce it, by AFI. Comes out to the Ring of Honor music. He's got the old school like basketball type shorts on. I was marking out, I was going crazy. It was old school. It was the Second City Saint. It was the OG CM Punk. And then after all that, the match didn't disappoint again. Dog collar match, it was brutal. It was what you'd expect. It was fantastic. Punk and MJF telling a great story in and out of the ring. Towards the end of the match up, MJF calls for Wardlow to come out with the diamond ring. Wardlow's pretending, I can't find it in my pockets, I must have left it backstage. Punk then takes MJF out, and Wardlow's like, oh wait, hold on, here it is. Leaves it on the ring. Punk uses it and gets the win over MJF. So very excited to see now that match was everything I wanted it to be. MJF and Punk delivered. It was bloody. It was brutal. It was everything you wanted from a dog collar match. And then the bit at the end where Wardlow finally has enough of MJF, finally turning on MJF. So yeah, very, very intrigued to see what is next for CM Punk. Where does he go now that he's got the win back over MJF? They currently are one apiece. So do they run it back? MJF, CM Punk 3? Do they move CM Punk onto a different program? Because MJF now has one opening up with Wardlow, or do they do a bit of both? So yeah, very intrigued to see where things go for both MJF, Punk, and even Wardlow, because yeah, it looks like Wardlow has finally turned on MJF. We've all been waiting for it to happen. It's finally happened, and yeah, it's been a big night for Wardlow. But yeah, I just want to say once again that dog collar match, unbelievable. Definitely, again, that's another one. Go out of your way to watch it, especially that entrance by CM Punk. It gave me goosebumps just thinking about it. But yeah, that was awesome. It was awesome. That's all I'm going to say about it. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, retains the Women's Championship over Thunder Rosa. They actually do have a new design for the AEW Women's Championship belt. The belt looks very good. I really like the new design. And yeah, a lot of interference from Rebel and Jamie Hayter, which does allow Britt Baker to get the win and retain. They were kind of in a bit of a tough spot after that dog collar match. The crowd were tired, but they did kind of start to get into it at the end, which is signs that this was a decent match. This was they were starting to get the crowd back into it, so that was good. On terms of Baker retaining, at first I wasn't sure if this was the right call. I was kind of thinking, what do you do with Baker now? I thought that was the right time and place to do it and do the switch, especially to Thunder Rosa. I think she is deserving of an AEW Women's title run. But then a bit later on, it kind of clicked with me, and it kind of made a bit more sense why I think they've held off on giving the belt to Thunder Rosa, and why they kept it on Dr. Britt Baker. Because later on, might have been after the next match, I can't remember the exact placement of it, but they run down the card for Dynamite. And one of the matches they announce is a women's eliminator number one contender match between the number one ranked legit Layla Hirsch, of course, who we mentioned earlier, and the now number two ranked Thunder Rosa. With the winner challenging for the belt, St. Patrick's Day Slam, and I believe it's in San Antonio or somewhere like that in Texas. I think it's San Antonio. And I believe Thunder Rosa lives in San Antonio, or she's from San Antonio or something like that. So yeah, 1 year on St. Patrick's Day Slam last year, Thunder Rosa beats Britt Baker lights out match. Do they St. Patrick's Day 1 year later? Do they put the belt on Thunder Rosa? Do they have her beat Britt Baker one more time? I think so. That's the only way I see them holding off to do it exactly 1 year from the lights out match. And if I'm right in thinking that it's in San Antonio, which is Thunder Rosa's kind of like hometown. So I feel like that makes sense for them wanting to hold out and wait. But yeah, we have to wait and see on that. That's just speculation on my behalf based on kind of the announcement they made of the number one contenders match. But yeah, continuing on, Jon Moxley beats Bryan Danielson in a bloody war. What a match, that was awesome. Both Bryan and Mox proving why they are two of the best in the world. It's as simple as that. They just went out there, they killed it. Again, like the dog collar match, go out your way to watch this one. You will not be disappointed. And yeah, kind of finish. Mox is in a submission hold. Kind of ends up stacking Danielson's shoulders on the mat, kind of to steal one and get the win. Post-match tension still high between both men, and they just kind of go clash head to head, still brawling. And out comes William Regal. That is right. William Regal is All Elite. William Regal is in All Elite Wrestling, and as a mentor of both men, kind of gets in their face, slaps both men, like trying to get them together, and then gets them to shake hands. So it looks like, and from what Jim Ross was saying on commentary, it seems like they're hinting at a team. He was just saying that, do we have a new team in AEW? So it's looking like we're getting like a group or a team of Moxley and Danielson being led by William Regal, which it's going to be good. All true, excited to see William Regal in AEW as well. Regal is awesome, even if it's just in like a managerial role. Just having Regal there is going to be some good stuff. And again, so excited to see where this leads. Whether it's as a team being led by Regal, or whether they continue kind of having a bit of high tensions and Regal is just the calming force between them. So yeah, expecting some good stuff to come from this, and again, excited to see where things go. Trios match then, Sammy Guevara, Sting and Darby Allin are victorious over Andrade, Isaiah Cassidy and Matt Hardy. Very fun brawling all over inside. A lot of use of weapons and stuff, as you'd expect from a tornado tag team match like this. Some very good spots. You know, Sammy Guevara hits a Spanish fly off kind of one of the entrance tunnels onto two tables. Hits Isaiah Cassidy with the Spanish fly onto two tables. Sting does an insane dive from like a kind of like a balcony, or well, it's kind of like the entrance way from where like the crowd would come in. You know, the way there's like a bit of an arch over it. He does a dive off of that through like 2 or 3 tables onto Andrade. That was sick. I didn't expect 62-year-old Sting to be doing stuff like that. But yeah, that was a sick dive onto Andrade. And then in the ring, Darby Allin is able to then put Matt Hardy away after a coffin drop and gets the win for his team. And yeah, fun, very high paced, a lot of action, 6-man tag. And then main event time, Adam Cole baby challenges Adam Hangman Page for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Very good match, again, solid, very good main event. AEW once again delivering. Very enjoyable match. Red Dragon are like trying to get involved and help Adam Cole, kind of causing distractions, allowing Cole to like hit the low blow and stuff like that. They end up setting up a table on the outside, and it looks like Cole is going for Canadian Destroyer off the apron through it. Page kind of reverses it, gets him up, and hits the Deadeye off the apron through the table. Both men are kind of down. Out comes the Dark Order to kind of run off Red Dragon, chasing backstage. Getting back into the ring, Page hits Cole with the buckshot. Adam Cole literally gets his fingertips onto the ropes, which is enough, of course, to break the count. Then I call back to the end of Dynamite last week, where Adam Cole like tied Page up to the ropes. This time it was Page tying up Adam Cole. All these Adams are confusing me. And just kind of like super kicks him and just kind of like beats him up a bit. Cole eventually breaks free. Page hits him with the boom, the knee, Adam Cole's own finishing maneuver, which then sets him up for the buckshot lariat for the 1, 2, 3, and Adam Hangman Page retains the AEW World Heavyweight title in a very good, solid main event. Yeah, like I said, very, very good show from start to finish, including the pre-show stuff. A lot of big surprises, you know, with like William Regal, Shane Strickland, and yeah, very good stuff in ring as well. Match of the night, the 3 standout matches for me that I would definitely say go out your way to watch if you could only watch 3 matches. Kingston, Jericho, Moxley, Danielson, and of course MJF, CM Punk dog collar match. Out of the 3 of them, it's a tough one. I loved all 3 matches, but I gotta give it to the dog collar match in terms of match of the night. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think of AEW Revolution, and do you agree with my prediction, with what I said about what your match of the night was? Like, is yours same as mine in the dog collar match? Leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.